Hey guys, welcome back to Third Pedal Podcast. Jacob here. Before we start today, this episode was recorded before we learned the tragic news of Ken Block's passing. And in this episode, we actually talk about the latest Gymkhana video, the Florida Travis Pastrana Subaru video, and then we contrast that with Electricana and some of the other stuff that Ken shot. And in another crazy coincidence, this happens to be episode 43 of our podcast. We were talking, I kind of wish we had the foresight before to purposefully have planned something before all of this for Ken, but nevertheless, here we are, weird coincidence. So at the top of this episode, we just want to take a second to kind of acknowledge and recognize what an amazing guy he was. Not just as a driver, but as a husband, a friend, a father, just a great guy, modeling, ain't care, and that whole slay all tires mindset, but putting family first in everything. It's really special to see. When we started Third Pedal Podcast, we kind of had our stretch list of goals, and interviewing Ken Block was top of that list, man. He's the pinnacle. Every family gathering we've had, it's, whatever the latest Gymkhana video is, we all gather around a phone and watch it, freak out. And it's always been a core moment of how we've bonded over cars. And that was really something special, something we're really thankful for. It's been really beautiful to see, amidst this tragic news, all of these posts celebrating his life, and not just in the motorsports aspect of it, but just everybody sharing their memories and the moments where Ken proved he was more than just a great driver. He's a great person. So it's been really touching to see. Obviously, our hearts go out so strongly to the Block family, to the Hoonigan family. I can't imagine what they're feeling right now. We're praying for them, hoping that, through this, they can, at least celebrate a little bit the special moments that he brought to all of our lives. And I really hope that the automotive community, this massive response from the automotive community, can mean something special to them, to see just how special Ken was and just the big impact that he made on all of our passions. So without further ado, please enjoy this week's episode of Third Pedal Podcast.
Welcome to Third Pedal Podcast. I'm Zach.
I'm Jacob.
Welcome to episode 43.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
We're missing Tyler. He's on family vacation still.
Yes.
But he'll be back with us soon.
He was like, "Oh, I'm lame. I don't like the snow. I'm going to spend some time in Florida." And we're all just jealous. So
we're just over here.
Dude, I hate winters until there's enough snow on the ground to drift. And then it's like,
and then I'm like, nah.
Someone today, yesterday, was like, we were talking about trucks and cars, whatever. And they're like, "Hey, that thing's probably a pain to drive in the snow." I'm like, actually, it's a good time.
Yes.
It's set up too well. It has way too much horsepower, and it has studdable winters. And
it's just predictable, right?
It just grips. Yeah.
That's how I feel too. Nice. I was in work meetings, and I work remotely, and so we were on a Teams call, and everybody's getting slammed with snow. I'm we're all we're shutting down. We're gonna be hanging out inside, and I was like, oh, I kind of wanted to go for a drive after work today.
Yeah, right.
Oh, do you need to go get something? I'm like,
fun. Joy. Yeah. I'm gonna go get Joy. Yeah, it's out there.
I'm gonna go. Most people need sunshine. I just need second gear and watt.
Yeah. That'll make a good short. Yeah. So we remembered, we did the New Year's episode and all that stuff, and we've got a lot. First of all, thank you. And hello and welcome to all the new people. Tons and tons of new people we've been connected with. Super, super awesome. We're super grateful for everybody that we've been able to get in the ears and the eyeballs of. That's a weird way to say it.
Weird way to say it.
But thanks for watching and listening. So we wanted to kind of reintroduce ourselves and tell a little bit about, not really reintroduce ourselves, but tell you what you really want to hear. What you're really here for is what do we drive?
Yeah. Well, we forget, we talked about it in the first episode and then sprinkled in here and there. But to us, we only think about the ones ahead. We forget that there's a catalog that people listen to.
Yeah.
And so if you're starting with us here, we just thought we'd start fresh and kind of get you up to speed with what are we renting on? What are we working on? We kind of we'll talk back and forth oh, it's in your car. And that's all we'll
I would say
so.
If you need a place you want to start, I know this will sound a little too obvious, but episodes 1 through 4 are legit. Obviously they're the start of the podcast, but the reason we started this entire thing was we did this brothers trip.
Yeah.
We're brothers, by the way. We did this brothers trip to the Tail of the Dragon. I took my Audi S3, all hopped in there.
Yep.
We're all adult-sized males.
Yep.
We did not fit well in that car. Yep. But road tripped, what was it, 14 hours, I think?
Yeah, something like that. Trip we've been talking about for forever to go to the Tail of the Dragon.
And we were let's just do it.
Which if you don't know the Tail of the Dragon, it's this amazing highway right on the border of North Carolina and Tennessee in the mountains. It's whatever it is. We have a sign from it up here.
11 miles, 318 curves. Yeah. So we get that there at the little shop. If you don't crash and die, and you make it to the gift
Yeah,
shop.
if you don't
at
join the
top.
tree, you can
Yeah,
get
a lot of cool stuff. So we talk about that. I think we deep dive all of it on one of those episodes, 1 through 4.
Yeah.
Apologize in advance for the audio and video quality. It was not the best.
Yeah, we've learned a lot.
It was in our Airbnb. The echo was terrible. My mic died
Yeah.
for at least half of one of the episodes.
Was that in those? It was in those.
Yeah, it was one of the first 4. And I was listening to one the other day. I went back and was like looking through other stuff. We did a best of thing recently if you guys want to look at that. But anyways, that tells a little bit more about like our why. I think we talked about why we're starting it.
Yeah.
What we're driving at that time. A lot has changed since then.
Yeah.
And
but yeah, that's a good starting point. So you've got an Audi S3. So tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, so it's a 2017 Audi S3. It's the 8V model. So I got a list here.
He doesn't know his own car. He has to reference his marketplace ad for his own car.
It's for sale if anybody wants it. Everything's for sale for the right price. You know what I mean? So it is big picture. So it's the S3. So it's Audi's smallest sedan. It's the 4-cylinder turbo, 6-speed paddle shifted dual clutch automatic. It's basically like half of a R8. You know?
Yeah.
It's like 4 cylinders, still paddle shifted.
Yeah.
I can count at that. I explained to someone like that the other day. It's like, it's basically because we're going to go, I'll tell you about this. I'm going to go drive a Huracan on a racetrack in April.
What?
We'll talk about it. I was like, I basically have half of one. You know, it's 4 cylinders instead of 5, so it's not exactly half. And it's like, and he's just like, he doesn't know a lot about cars, but he's like, your car's not a Lamborghini. It's not. It's not even close. Anyways, sorry. I knew this is how this was going to go.
Weird sidetrack.
I'm going to just coffee. So it is, I don't know if full bolt-on is correct, but it's stage 2. It's stage 2 93 octane tune from 034 Motorsports. I really like how they develop their software and tuning and stuff. So I went with theirs for the ECU and the TCU tune. Highly recommend a TCU tune to anybody with the automatic, especially like a double clutch European transmission.
Dual
if you're tuning the engine, what?
Dual
What
clutch.
did I say?
Double clutch.
Same thing.
What is that?
But it's the same thing, though, right? Highly recommend if you're going to be tuning the engine. I didn't at first.
Yeah.
I did the stage 1 and no TCU tune.
Yeah.
And it was fine.
Yeah.
It felt like it shifted normal. And it's funny how slow they shift compared to like when you tune them.
Yeah.
And then I went to and then I ended up doing the stage one,
Sure.
like the high torque TCU tune.
Sure. Because that kind of
like, this is a big difference.
changes the shift points and how much torque
Clutch
it'll
pressure,
hold, right?
Yeah. Yep. And the shift points and how quick it shifts, and depending on what mode you're in.
Yeah.
When in the RPM range it shifts.
Yeah,
and
which
stuff.
is so cool that it has different modes for that too. As you change the dynamic modes and everything in your car, it's affecting the shift points and everything.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's so much fun. So, anyways, then I went to stage 2 and I kept the high torque TCU software, and I was like, this is probably fine. It was kind of annoying where it shifted, like it didn't feel like it was talking to each other because they weren't made for each other.
Sure.
So I kept it in manual mode most of the time, like I do anyways.
Gotcha.
But
because did it have like weird hangups and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Like
it had a lot of rev hang.
Weird.
So it would like, we
yeah,
were in second going to third, it'd be like, just kind of like hang out there. I'm like,
Weird.
you should have shifted like 2 seconds ago. And then
Weird.
it eventually kicks down, you know, just kind of annoying stuff.
Yeah.
So anyways, got to the same software to go with the tune, and it's like world of difference.
Nice.
It's so much fun.
Nice.
So anyways, it's on 034's Dynamic Plus lowering springs. I've got aftermarket 18x9.5 wheels, I think.
And they look awesome. We'll put a picture.
They look sharp.
We probably already have a picture up, but if it's not.
And then those are wrapped on Firestone's Indy 500s, 245, 40, 18. You guys want the numbers so you can see it, like how it fits, because it's a lot bigger of a tire than was on the car. Great, cheap track tire. Like tire. Like, I
it's
think,
the tire I'm planning on getting for the spring event stuff with the WRX.
I think they were 160 a piece.
Yeah.
Which is cheap.
Yeah,
for those kind of tires.
Yeah, for that tread pattern and that tread wear rating, and like it seems like a really good in between. And it sounded like you had pretty good experience with it over the summer and in rain and stuff. Anyway, it didn't sound like it was that terrible of a tire.
No, it was great.
General.
Like so obviously like forward grip is like whatever. Like you're probably not spinning your wheels going forward. Sorry, but I did a little bit. If I put it in launch control, it could spin them, but it would hook them right away and go.
Yeah.
So that was great. But like, that's not usually the biggest thing. The biggest thing I noticed the difference was in the lateral grip. Is that what you would call it? Like side to side, doing like real hard turns.
Yeah.
It just really held.
Nice.
And it's a mix because obviously I have the tuning, but then I have the lowering springs, which really help level the car out, and then the tires and like lighter wheels and wider contact patches and all that stuff. So the handling was totally different.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'll rip through the rest real quick.
Yeah.
It's the 034 catted racing downpipe, mid pipe / resonator delete, stock valved muffler. The sound is awesome, I think. For being stock muffler, I got pops and bangs because I'm cool like that. And, and then integrated engineering, cold air intake, 034 billet, turbo inlet, ECS diverter valve spacer, ECS turbo muffler delete, and then the shift paddle extensions, which are probably my favorite. Mom got those for me.
Yeah.
My mom got me, our mom,
Yes.
for brothers. Did I say that?
Yes.
Paddle extensions. I think it was for my birthday, right after, because I bought the car in June of 19, and then my birthday in July.
Yeah.
Got the paddle extensions, and I just love them. They're just the sticky
They're
ones.
sweet. Yeah.
The 3M.
Literally just 3M down to the back, right?
Yeah. And they've held for 2.5, coming up to 3 years.
That's
They've
nuts.
held great through heat up to, we get mid or over 100. We get in summers pretty often.
Yep.
And then we get like
negative
negative something crazy here.
Yeah.
And they've stuck on the whole time.
That's
I've wiggled them often, pushed on them from the fronts, to see if they'd just pop off. Never.
Wow.
So, which makes me a little bit worried if I ever do want to take them off.
Oh yeah,
they're not coming off.
No, they're one with the
I
car.
just need to replace my steering wheel if I ever need to. So, anyways, that's the build. I know people hate that when I say build, when it's
You
like
forgot the most recent part of the build, though.
Tint?
Giant brake kit.
Oh gosh, yeah. I have the stage 3.
One, and the funny accidental way that you went stage 3 because you were gonna go stage 2.
Oh my!
And then there
I
was
was going to just upgrade the brakes.
Yeah.
I was going to just go 2-piece rotors.
You just wanted to replace the brakes, right? Because we burnt them at Tail of the Dragon. So you're like, you do the rule that all of us do, because this is the rule that car people do, is if you're going to replace, you're not upgrading necessarily randomly, but it's like if something breaks, you're going to replace it with the next nicer version.
Yep.
So that's where you were. The brakes broke.
Yeah, so we burned the brakes hard on Tail of the Dragon. Forewarning. I mean, listen to episodes 1 through 4. We talk about this stuff too. But like, if you're gonna go do it, like brakes, and brakes
and tires,
and tires.
Yeah,
the
brakes
stuff
and
that
tires to make
sticks
sure
you
your
to the
frame
ground.
is solid.
Yeah. If you're gonna roll, you get a roll bar, like a car that's got nice airbags. Anyways, we didn't roll.
I wasn't saying rolling. I was just saying you don't want to like turn and then all of a sudden lose like a suspension mount or something because you had a rusty car.
Oh, your control arms and stuff. Yeah, steering rack. Yeah, all that. Anyways, we talk about that stuff. But yeah, so we burned the brakes up pretty good. I remember just coming down at the end.
That final
I think
run,
you went up and then I came down. And it was just
that's a pretty
all the
hard
brakes
run.
were smoking. Like it sounded like a little bit like a fireplace. You
It
hear 'em
smelled
crackling
terrible. Like when we slowed down, we were like, "Oh!" And then some dude was sitting out there and he was just like, "Hey, your brakes smell pretty bad. You should chill."
You remember what he said?
No.
He goes, "Did you put your e-brake on?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Don't do that. It's
Oh,
gonna
that's
weld
right.
them."
That's right.
It's like it'll weld to the rear calipers.
Yeah.
It's like, "Thank you."
Yeah.
He's like, "Just keep rolling." He's like, "Go on a slow run. Let them cool off."
Yeah.
He's like, "You don't want to sit in one
that's
place."
right. We drove up and down the riverfront there before Tyler went.
He's like, "You don't want to have them sit in one place, or they're gonna just get stuck." I think that was that guy in the 350, right?
He had a
Or
trailer,
not the
right?
Yaris guy. I forget.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Whatever. Anyways, so it's the ECS. They call it the Stage 3 big. It's the big front brake kit. It's 2-piece rotors all around, and then it's the Stage 3 4 piston, I think. Calipers. They're mega compared to the stock ones.
They're huge.
Like they almost didn't fit.
They're like
wheels.
as big as the Q7 ones I have on my rig.
And then a lot bigger rotors. So stops, like I highly recommend that kit to anybody who's got and that I believe fits A3 through RS3. And they have the same kit, I believe, for the Golfs as well. So like GTIs to Golf Rs and stuff. But like it's sick. The feeling, cool. Like if you've ever driven in something with really nice brakes, like how it like squats you down. It doesn't feel like it's real top heavy and then you're like sitting back. It just like squats down and holds. Now I'll say it's EBC yellow stuff, brake pads. Great brake pads for like street performance driving.
Sure.
I'm told they'll burn up too quick on the track if you do track stuff. But they're like good for intermediate, like beginner track type of stuff. Like if you're willing to swap them out often enough. Squeaky as heck though. Like and I thought it was just the break-in period. They were like squeaky for a week. And I'm like, I just spent money on this big brake kit. And like I'm pulling up to stop signs like
you sound like every broken car.
I know. They probably thought it was like the rusted out like Chrysler minivan or whatever. And it's me in that. So anyways, they're very squeaky. They wore in for like a couple months maybe. And now they're squeaky constantly. I think moisture has a lot to do with it.
Probably.
Because like if I drive now and brake hard, problem is we got ice and snow everywhere. So I can't brake hard and actually get the friction on the brakes. Because my wheels just stop. So, So anyways. Oh, and I've got tint. I won't tell you the percent because it's definitely legal. So but the tint
legal
looks
somewhere.
The tint looks awesome. So
that's the car.
That's it.
That is the car that you've been wrenching on, and we'll see how long you keep it. Hopefully we can get it out at some events this year. I'm hoping.
If you guys see us, I mean, I guess we don't necessarily post a lot about it on our socials, on like the podcast social.
I don't know what you're
on
talking
our cars.
Oh yeah.
We don't really post much about ours.
No,
I
we
post
should.
on our stories. If you guys follow us on Instagram
Yeah.
and Facebook, we post I'll post stories every once in a while.
But we will be posting about it because we have a big announcement, everybody. We have started a
That's right.
Facebook group.
I forgot already.
We just forgot.
You already said it, but
So yeah, we spoiled it already. But we've got a Facebook group. We were talking and we were like our whole thing, the thing we like a lot about like what the messages and stuff we get on social and all this is like, it's cool because everybody just is like, hey, this is what I'm working on. This is the thing that I've done this week, whatever. Just pictures of their projects. Whether like we've had some crazy builds and then we've had some stuff that's like closer to like things that we own. It's been a little bit all over the map, but we wanted to like it's hard because we get a lot of messages to like Instagram and they're all one-off, right? It's like only our eyes that'll see it until we share it on an episode. And there's way too much to share on episodes all the time. So what we did was we started a Facebook group called Third Pedal Podcast Crew. You'll see it has the orange logo in there, so it's easy to recognize. We'll post a link in the show notes for this too. But go join that group. We want that to become like, instead of, you guys can still send us stuff like DM on all the social media networks. Yeah. But this is the way, like if you see a cool like make it or break it clip, if you see a good beamer, bad beamer in the wild, if you just want to share like, hey, like I just did a couple weeks ago, like a horrible car project I was working on that I just needed to like share with somebody.
I don't even think we've ever talked about that.
We haven't. Maybe
it's
next
too traumatic.
episode. There's a lot. I'm still recovering. I gotta talk to my therapist some more. But post it there. Like we want you guys to post it there, and the idea is like we'll react to it. We'll still be seeing it and everything.
Yep.
But all you guys can too. So it can be like our own virtual car club. And if you guys are like us, like you're part of a ton of Facebook groups for your like I'm on a WRX page, a Q7 page, Porsche page. I'm on pages for cars I don't even own anymore, but I like the people on there.
Right,
so I
you still see you still like the content and like the stuff people post.
I'm B5 groups. I never even owned one. I almost did once though.
Yeah.
So this is just intended to be a space like that. We're gonna share, like you guys share memes, everything like that. But we just want it to be open for like this crew to communicate with each other. I don't know why it didn't dawn on us till 2 years later after starting the podcast that like we should start a group. Oh, how about a Facebook group? So
yeah, and that's the big shift that it'll be as far as you guys are concerned is like how you definitely still DM us stuff. If you guys want to send us stuff that you see that's cool,
we
whatever.
still see every single one and freak out about all of it.
Yeah, we love the messages all the time. Our wives are logged in too on the socials. So like if I don't respond to something pretty quickly, she'll text me like, "Hey, someone messaged you." Send a screenshot. I was super excited about it. So we love that stuff.
Yeah,
but that's what we're going to kind of shift towards. If you guys want to share something that you want us to talk about on podcasts, put it in the group, because then, like you said, other people can interact with it until we get to that.
Right.
And then we're going to choose the best stuff out of that's posted.
Yeah, that'll make it
so like whatever is like interacted with the most, for example, be like, okay, obviously this struck people the right way, or like people really wanted to see this. We'll talk about it a little bit more. But your builds, like we'll share stuff like that project you worked on. You probably go live in that group, for example, because it's just easier to put it all in one place for more people to see.
Well, we can like pre-roll content too if we've got like there's been a lot of times where we've wanted to gather like a poll or like thoughts from you guys on hey, what are like for instance, a while ago we did like 5 first things to do on your car. Right. Like that's the kind of thing that we just made it up and then we put it out there and then we got feedback and whatever. But like we'd way rather like, hey, let's all talk about it for 2 weeks, and then when we record an episode, we can compile the collective group knowledge, put it in this thing as resources for all these people who listen to the show who want to get into cars, maybe don't know where to start. We can have all that kind of thing on there too. So So anyway, join that group.
It'll be a safe space, that we can all be, that we can hate on BMWs and Mustang drivers. Just kidding. Not actually, but kind of.
But a little bit.
No, it'll be. It's all
history.
All is fun. All is fair. We're good.
Yes.
You don't like one of our cars, you say that.
Yep. But anyway, so Third Pedal Podcast Crew on Facebook. Go check it out. We'll post a link in anywhere you're watching this. There'll be a link below to check it out. But that's something to look forward to for everybody. So real quick, so that's Zach's car, the S3.
Yeah.
My stuff, I've been all over the map even since we started the show. I've had a bunch of different things. Yeah. The current thing right now is
You're probably the winner for like the amount of cars exchanged since the start of the show.
Yeah, for sure. It's been embarrassing.
I haven't.
You've been the same since we started the show.
I don't think I've bought any.
No, you just sold the truck.
Yeah.
That's that.
I think I bought.
Yeah, no, my big thing, so I've got a Porsche 944 that I've had for a very, very long time. It's my favorite. It's Carl. His name's Wolfgang. It's not the greatest. He's kind of like super underpowered and he's got a lot of issues, a bunch of rust I got to deal with, but I love it. Went on a honeymoon in that car. My wife and I fell in love in that car, so I'll have it forever.
That will be, if you want to hear more about that, with pictures of it,
early episode. I think we talked about it a lot.
Oh, no, but we did a last year around Valentine's Day. I think it came out on Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah, last year's Valentine's Day episode. You're right. I forget what number.
Take a look
it is,
at that. We talk because I talk about my first car with the Datsun
the
too,
Datsun memories
and the stories we have in that. We talk a lot about those cars, so you guys can go check a look.
Yeah,
check a look at that one.
Check a look at that one.
Check a look.
So yeah, that's the big one. A lot of work, a lot more. there's exciting stuff that we're hoping to do with it this year, given other news that I currently learned for this year, which has to do with the spoiler behind us right now. But my other car that I've been working on is 2002 WRX. It's from my father-in-law. It's his car. He bought it like almost new back in like 2003. And he was the only owner until now. He's done a lot. This is the original turbo from it. It's got
I forgot that was the turbo from it.
Yeah, it's got the old school Cobb Stage 3. So it's like a VF39 and the old Cobb tune back when they had the little like dot matrix display screen thing. And so it's, the works, like, turbo back muffler, the STI pink injectors, bigger fuel pump, better intake, all that stuff. He blew the transmission twice in it because it had too much power. So it's got.
We should get him on to tell stories about that at some point.
Yeah, 100%. He would love to come on and talk about it. We should do that because he could talk about his new Audi too. That'd be kind of cool. But
then we could post a video of me beating him.
I don't know if you would. That'd be
a good race either way.
It would be really cool. Well, that's the joke, right? Is yours is literally half of his because it's an S3 and an S6.
Yeah,
and yours is a 4-cylinder single turbo. His is 8 dual turbo. Like it's kind of funny. But yeah, so that car cryo treated gear set. That's pretty much it. It's just
what was that?
Way stronger gear set.
Oh, so did you say cryo treated?
Cryo treated.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cryo treated STI gear set.
Gotcha.
But it's still 5-speed, which is kind of cool. So yeah, it's very loud second and third gear because I don't think they're completely straight cut, but there's some sort of like dog gear system or whatever. But they're very
Sounds
loud.
awesome.
It's cool. Yeah. But that's my fun car. And I just learned now. My parents got me a SCCA membership. Our dad's been on the show a couple times, but they got us membership so we could actually go to track days. And I got, more importantly, permission from my wife. Thank you, Chloe, to do that. So now I'm kind of in the mindset. Does that mean
she loves you or hates you? She's like, I don't care if he does.
She's like, you can, more life insurance. But yeah, so I'm trying to get it kind of geared up. So like Indy 500s are on my list of like, I definitely need a good summer tire, but I'm just trying to like, and I think you're talking about brakes is important because like I think it's very common. Like everybody's like, oh, what? Like I'm going to get the access port or I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. But like it's definitely important, especially in like parking lot event stuff. Like if we're going to go do SCCA stuff, that's parking lot. You're not going to go past third gear probably. So like stopping is way more important than going. Like it's, that's going to be where you can make the most time up is if you can stop efficiently and get out of corners and stuff. So that's going to be my focus. I got to do some brake work. I got a double check suspension. I got a reinforcement brace for the whole front end that I got to install. And
that's awesome.
I got a bunch of stuff. Way less importantly, but more coolly, I got a carbon fiber weighted shift knob, which is kind of ironic, right? So it's carbon fiber, but it's weighted.
Oh yeah, that is weird. But
it looks sick.
Is it kind of? It's not a circle, right? It's kind of like
it's the Mishimoto one.
I had that one for my B5.
No way, really?
A4. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I think it was like a knock. It was eBay. It was like a knockoff one, but it was like weighted carbon fiber.
Yeah,
the best.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I just got it for Christmas, so I got to install it still. But yeah, so that's the two things I've been working on, and then I go back and forth on SUVs all the time. That we've got a Jeep that was my wife's first car that we'll have forever. So yeah, that's the current garage right now. Yeah. But speaking of Subarus. And speaking of, I don't know what else speaking of. Did you see the latest Gymkhana video?
I have not.
Okay. So.
And they came out with two of them, like lickety split. Like, there was the one.
We had like
Electricana.
There was
go
a
watch it on our
famine
channel.
for a while.
Yeah.
And then, Electricana. Definitely go check it out. As our first episode, we have a separate series called Backroads where we dive into like specific story stuff. This almost became a Backroads, but I felt weird about doing two like
of the same
videos
thing, like
right away.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they released two, and this was weird too. Like it's the first one. I'm hesitating because I'm pretty sure because I guess I didn't research this, but it's the first one without Ken Block, unless there's been other.
I'm 90% sure
stuff. It's all been him.
Because remember the last, not the Electricana. The Electricana I feel like was a special lane.
Yep.
Like probably should have happened sooner, but like it just wasn't quite ready yet.
But it should have happened sooner, but they were busy building a $2.5 million car for him to do.
Wasn't it $12.5 million?
$12.5 million. Sorry.
Wasn't it? Like
I think so.
I thought it was.
Oh, I think you're right.
We did a whole video.
I think I did the wrong. Did the wrong
number. Backroads and fact check us.
Yeah.
The last I don't know. The last internal combustion engine.
Yeah.
Gymkhana. Remember how like
it was
Travis came in like on the motorcycle?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. It was the one where he did like all three cars, right? It was like kind of the legacy
the truck,
of it.
He had all the other stuff. Yeah.
He like passed it on.
Yep.
So did he use the truck in this one?
No.
Oh, okay, I need to.
No. So he used a.
You said speaking of Subaru, didn't you?
Yes. He used a 1983 Subaru GL wagon.
Dude, come on.
Have you not heard this? It was called the Family.
I saw like
Family
stuff about
Huckster. Okay.
Come on.
So 862 horsepower.
Dude.
And active aero.
Wow.
Have you not seen this car?
Subaru Legacy?
No, a Subaru GL wagon.
What is a G? What?
This thing.
How have I not seen this at all?
I don't know how you didn't see this at all.
I've never seen this before.
Seriously?
Dude.
Oh, this is going to be great then.
Driveway racing? What does that mean?
What? I don't know what driveway racing is. So, this thing it's based off of the obviously body only from an old GL wagon, which was the first like turbocharged all-wheel drive thing that
That's
Subaru
sick.
made.
So he must have like had one. Was that the story?
I don't know. I don't know the full story behind it, but I don't know if you noticed these wangs popping up everywhere. It has active aero all over it.
Is it like,
and it looks like,
does it do anything though?
Yeah.
Does it? Like it slows it down or what? Or is it more just like,
yes, it's to slow it down.
Okay.
This thing has a top speed of like 160 some miles an hour, and he hits a ramp at that speed, FYI, which is insane. So this Gymkhana video, the reason that this feels weird to me, so it's the first one without Ken Block, and it's just full Florida. Like it's sponsored by Pit Viper, and like the whole thing.
And it's got flannel on the side of the car?
Dude.
Did you notice that in the livery?
Yeah. The whole...
It's amazing.
Like this whole video is nuts, and like off of the heel of like Subaru saying like their whole end of the STI and like their transition period, and like everyone like, oh, this is weird. Like then they super sponsored this video and like helped them build this thing. The dash in this, let me just show you real quick and then we'll get right into watching it. Huckster dash.
Family Huckster.
So they did a stylized, like completely programmed for all the active aero and everything to look like an old 80s like interface.
Dude, that is sick.
So that's the full like, yeah, this is like what it looked like while it's sitting there and resting. So all of the
effort of designing that screen to look that cool.
And it literally is designed to look like kind of what your Datsun had. Like yours didn't have it, but the same era of everything. Yeah. So
dude, okay, everybody go Google like digital, like 80s digital Corvette dash or Datsun dash. Like that was such a hot thing for a little bit.
Yeah. This is the engine of this thing.
Cow. I still don't understand Subaru engines. Like just the way they're one of those engines you can't look at and be like, that looks cool. Like that looks kind of dumb. Yeah. It's like this little blob. You know what I mean? Like with the way the intakes and stuff are set up, and like I remember trying to I was trying to buy a upgraded turbo and intercooler kit for my WRX when I had that one. Yeah. And I'm like, this is all so weird and so much plumbing.
Yeah. Well, it's so funny because originally they're so simple because it's just right off the turbo up. Intercooler's on top because the boxer engine, so it just sits there, and then it goes to the back, or where does mine go? Yeah, to the back, and then that's the intake manifold up and around, and then down and out.
So it's simple-ish.
It really is. It's super simple because the top half is intake, the bottom half is exhaust, so it just comes in and down. But yeah, when you start doing front mount stuff, it's so weird because the turbo's hidden like behind. If you're looking at the camera, it's like here in the passenger side, and then they have it go up through the footwell, and then like a front mount, and then like backing around to the back side.
12 feet of piping.
Yeah,
just to get it from here to here.
So
and cold.
yes, like colder little.
Yeah, right.
And then you just put a bigger scoop on the hood or whatever. But whatever. So this thing, nuts.
That looks
crazy looking. So
that's so awesome.
This video, I'm gonna just read some notable moments of it, and then we'll watch it through. Okay. I was gonna cut just notable moment. It's like 6 minutes long, so it's not too bad. Okay. We'll watch the whole thing. We'll pause it. We'll react to it. But some notable moments in this video. So they rail slide it like a skateboard. Cletus McFarland makes an appearance with his mullet El Camino.
Dude.
There's a turn that happens that I call the tie rod wrecker that I don't think was supposed to happen, but it stayed in for some reason.
I like the next one.
The most violent jump ever. And then I don't know why I wrote the shredder jump. I think I meant to type something different, but whatever. The puddle skip. Also one of the most violent things I've ever seen happen. And then there's a used car commercial at the end. So without further ado.
I like all of this already.
Yeah, this is with Travis Pastrana. I mean, this is super awesome to see
what you're saying with like the most Florida.
Yeah. Well, which is cool because it's like, okay, so this is one other thing, and this is not a knock on Travis at all because he's way better driver than I am at all, probably better than I ever will be. But one of the key elements of the Ken Block thing, and I think why it's harder to make more and more Gymkhana videos, is there's a few, he has like tricks up his sleeve, right? Like he has tricks he can do with the car, certain things that happen that once you do, that once you do them in a Gymkhana video, like there's only so many times you can do a 360 turn down a street before you're okay. Yeah. So one of the things with Ken has always been the precision of random stuff that happens, right?
Yeah.
I feel like with Travis's, it's just like, how GTA can we get with it?
That's
because like
awesome.
It's just
so it's like it feels reckless.
It just feels reckless. Yeah. That's a great way to put it.
So that's what was so fun always about Gymkhana.
Yes.
And that's what I think was not that Electricana was any less exciting.
Yeah.
But we talked about that as like it was so precise.
Right.
Like it was so
it seemed planned.
Yeah.
I mean, and obviously it was planned, but it was like very, I don't know, a little less throw caution to the wind, which $12 million car. I get it. Yeah. But yeah, a little bit.
Also, you're in, besides the car, the location.
Right.
He's doing the donuts in the lobby.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And like, don't break those doors.
Right.
Or like wreck the hotel or whatever. Like,
so that being said, this is entirely the other end of the spectrum. So good job, Travis. I don't mean that as a knock at all. Not that maybe you're listening to this. I don't know if you are. come on here. We want to talk to you about it. But
Yeah, we need to hear about this one.
anyway, without further ado, we're going to watch this and it's nuts. So we'll be pausing it here and there. Don't need to shift into dark mode. Good job, Jake. I'm pressing the wrong button.
Nice.
Here we go. We are recording.
Oh yeah, this is so awesome.
Oh no. Did you just jump out of a building?
This just in. Action sports icon Travis Pastrana was involved in a base jump mishap today in downtown Fort Lauderdale.
This is what you're talking about? Like he legit?
Okay, so yeah, before we get too into this, I just saw this on the Smoking Tire actually, so there's a full interview on there. One of the guys in the crew was talking about that. He was supposed to base jump off of the hotel and then land and then get in the car and go.
Okay,
But, like
cool.
something happened, his chute collapsed last second, and he like slammed the ground. There's some B-roll of what happens afterwards, but like I love that they kept
Holy
it in from the
cow.
beginning. So it's not how they ended up starting it because they had to redo it and do it
Is that a
different.
legitimate news clip? That sound?
Not a legitimate news clip. I think
Oh.
they cut that as a news clip.
Yeah.
But,
That's okay. I was
but
like,
anyway,
well,
so now this gets
it's the
very
whole-
Florida.
It's a 42-second video. It's like, yeah,
That's
he missed filming day.
Yeah.
He's in the hospital.
So anyway, without even more further ado,
Yes, dude. The crutches.
I love that Black Rifle's getting involved in this.
Yeah. Dude.
Look at that thing.
The active arrow. Dude.
It's sick.
Oh, that was cool.
Look at that.
Wow.
Did you see aqua spanning technology? You'll see.
Dude. Oh, launching in the sand.
Can you see this kid?
Yeah. This.
I love that logo.
Dude.
So like this is where, while it's going, it's like you have a really hard time making this more Gymkhana because this looks like every Gymkhana
Right.
video at this point, right?
Right, you 360 turn.
Yep.
All the drive drifting.
Right.
Bang off the rev limiter.
Here we go.
The straight cut gearbox.
Here's the strut. So never seen that before.
Dude. These are going to get so crazy. How are they going to keep topping?
Oh, just wait. So much of this video, I'm like, you did what?
The arrow.
This is so cool. So here we go. Here's another Gymkhana classic.
Oh, yeah.
That was cooler in the Audi, I gotta say.
Yeah, it was. With all the smoke. That's pretty sick. But
Yeah, it's so sick. I mean, so Scotto directed this, so like obviously there's like a lot of similar things from that
Yeah,
too.
right.
Yeah, you can see the dash in there. So of course,
Ooh, nice.
yeah, the entry of that made me nervous too.
Is that in a jet ski?
Yes,
On
yeah, a little
rollers?
jet ski
That's
motorcycle.
hilarious.
So we've got the jet ski coming up. So I think the next feature we've got Cletus coming up here.
Those turns like this will
nuts.
never not be cool, though.
I know. It's so sick.
That's how I feel
And I
drifting
think-
in the snow.
Oh, dude, every car guy's like, I bet I could do that. This one's sick.
Jeez.
Yeah. I love
Wow.
that. To do the right angle turn.
Yeah.
So cool.
It's like do a right-hand turn, but add a little spice.
Yes, but spicy.
Yeah.
A little stars.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about this cameo coming up.
The monster truck?
Yeah, dude.
Dude.
It is none other than Crib Digger.
Wow.
There's your first Florida feature.
Dude. Those guys are the craziest drivers. They're nuts.
Wow. I know, it made me super nervous.
Yeah,
watching
just
this.
come right down on it. Jeez, that arrow, dude, is so sick.
cool looking. I know that with the diffusers in the back and everything. There you go.
Wow.
That's sick. There you go.
So this is the
Then-
mullet?
Yeah, here we go.
Well, if it isn't Travis Pastrana. Later, you ain't got nothing.
His tires are warm too.
Yeah. Oh, he just lights it up the whole way.
Jeez.
So I believe that is a 6-second El Camino. It's nuts. He did like a
Holy
211
cow.
mile an hour pass or something like that. So clearly his tires are not warmed up yet.
Holy cow. Dude.
Yeah, this shot's sick.
Wow.
So there he goes.
That was so Florida.
Right? Oh, just yeah. Down a street.
Holy cow.
Had to been every dream of his. Like, just do a drag race down the street here.
Right? That was
That one
close.
seemed a little more like a mistake than a purposeful shot. This one, high rod wrecker.
Whoa. That had to
painful.
feel so violent.
Get ready. You think that felt violent?
Oh no. Wow. Is this in the like what? Is there a jet?
Watch the windshield on this car.
He races a fighter jet? Holy cow.
They show it from the outside too. Obviously plexiglass, but
Wow. Dude, it's just 100. Wow. So he's just topped out.
yeah, completely maxed out.
Wow. That jet's probably going as slow as it can handle.
Right?
The whole bridge.
Look at how violent this is.
Dude. How does it
I don't know.
how does it maintain control
I don't
like
know.
that?
And that's not all, folks.
Dude. Oh, that sound.
It's so good. With the pit vipers.
It's insane.
Beautiful drifts there.
Wow. I like this drone footage.
Yeah, it's
Sick.
really cool. I don't know who these guys are.
I don't either, but it's awesome.
It's some other feature, though. Some other Florida feature. He's got the...
Look at all of them.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that.
So then, of course...
Yeah, I drift around them all. Is that a thing?
What?
The Florida trucks crawling like
I
that?
guess. I have no clue. I've never seen him do the angle thing before with the four-wheel steering.
That is a whole area.
Watch the...
It just skips water? Oh, wow. That like wrecked the whole front?
He keeps driving. That's where they're like, it has the water skimming technology. I was like,
That's what that
I
was?
don't know, dude.
Is it just the underbelly pan?
And then he does the wheelie, or the loop out of it. Oh, I guess they don't show it again. The jet ski guy.
It's just totally in the dirt. It's awesome.
It just looks like so much fun.
Look how extended the front.
Yeah.
Suspension.
Isn't it weird? It's like to see it on a rally car that soft of suspension.
Yeah, it's like real long travel.
So much of this video makes no sense. And I think that's what's so funny about it.
Jeez.
This we've not really seen yet, though, with a helicopter. I also don't know how the FAA allowed this.
Right?
Get ready, it gets worse. And by worse, I mean infinitely better. Nuts.
Forget the FAA. How did his life insurance rider?
I don't know, dude, you're like 3 feet away from a really bad time.
Yeah. Oh,
I love that.
Yeah. How he gets out. You gotta get out like that.
Oh, yeah.
come on. It's ridiculous.
Here we go.
I'm Travis Pastrana down here at Pastrana Land Subaru, and we have the perfect Subaru for you.
Dude, are these all his?
Over there,
Yeah, I think
that's
so.
a perfect flip opportunity if I've ever seen one. The SVX. It's like the future.
Those were so bad.
Over here, we got a mechanic special. One owner.
Turkey
still
home.
And who can forget the Woody? This one has gluten-free doors. And our latest addition, the all-new Subaru WRX. It comes with not 5 but 6 speeds, turbo, all-wheel
Oh, get ready for this, though.
4 cylinders. This baby's
This is
ready
a
to
sick Subaru promo.
rock. But I still gotta give her my stamp of approval.
Yeah.
What?
He goes and rips this thing.
Whoa. Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that sweet?
Okay, that's awesome.
I know, I'm like, all right.
Snow approved.
Check this out.
Travel approved. Oh yeah, Travis approved, baby.
That is a
Oh, yeah, Travis approved, baby.
that is a great commercial.
Isn't that awesome?
100% good. Might have a little bit of a crack in the pelvis. There's a chance I have a little bit of internal stuff. Broken hips.
It's a little bit of internal stuff.
But
Oh,
100%
man.
good. Might have a little crack in the pelvis.
Might be a cracked pelvis. Here's let's create like Travis Pastrana's health chart. It's like 100% good. Might be a crack in the pelvis.
Probably some
Possibility
internal
of some
stuff.
internal stuff. Dude, that
So anyway,
was awesome.
There's the latest in the Gymkhana series. I think you understand now why I'm saying it's very different than other Gymkhana stuff because I think reckless is a perfect word for it. Like
that felt very reckless.
I don't know how,
which
and
is
I
what
don't-
we all love about.
Oh man. So anyway, good job, Travis. Very cool.
Wow.
Go give the Hoonigan channel some love for that one because it was weird that they released 2 Gymkhana videos. I thought like back to back, and I hadn't watched this one
They
actually.
could not be more opposite.
Oh, I know. I hadn't watched it until today because I was like, man, I don't know how we want to watch, but I was like, I gotta watch
Yeah.
through just to make sure, and I was not disappointed, dude.
Yeah,
I was
yeah, we
not
gotta
disappointed
go.
at all. But
crazy.
anyway, so that was my weird Subaru plug.
Dude.
I'm like seeing the cool used car commercial at the end. I was like,
Yeah.
this is kind of a sick promo for the new
The
WRX.
promos, yeah.
Man.
That's a way to sell. Because I know not everybody loved the new WRX,
Yep.
me included.
Yep.
Kind of looks like a Honda Civic. I
Civic,
know that
yep.
was the joke. Like,
Yep.
wasn't the coolest thing.
Yep.
Like, especially as a
Civics aren't
send-off.
Travis approved, so
That's true. Pastrana Land approved.
sure.
That was a good, like, endorsement. Like,
Yeah.
who better
Right.
to have an endorsement of that
Who
car?
better? Because he's been racing for Subaru Motorsport, so like he is a rally driver for them
Yeah.
right now. He just
Yeah.
for the latest WRC series, or
And
whatever.
that's the best. That's the best and only way to do it is to actually yeet it, like to
Right.
jump it,
Right.
to drift it, to throw
Yeah,
it through
cover
snow,
it in
throw
mud
it through
and
dirt.
be like, hey, it'll do it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's awesome.
super neat.
How much time we got? Do we have time for one more thing?
We
real
do have
quick?
time for one
Okay.
more thing.
So
I didn't
speaking
even
of
look. I'm just making the calls.
okay, that's good. Speaking of Subaru, did you know Subaru revealed a new WRX STI wagon for 2023?
What? I thought they were done with the STI.
Oh, let me show you this. So
Interesting.
this is very happy and very sad all at the same
Oh
time.
no! Why you gotta do me
So,
like this?
I know.
Tell me about it.
Full loop. So
I'm dizzy now.
the Subaru Lavorg STI. I don't know what Lavorg means. It's just what they named it.
Okay.
So this was released at the Tokyo Auto Show, Tokyo
Okay.
something show. So
Tokyo
it is a look at it.
Ooh.
So
Oh, it's a hatch again.
it's okay.
Okay.
Not great looking, but it's the basically a
It just
new
looks like a new Impreza.
2023 WRX STI Sport R debuts in Japan. So it's WRX engine.
Okay.
So looks, I mean,
oh, okay, cool.
it's like a new gen STI, which wasn't
Yep.
supposed to happen.
Right.
And then they're just like, here, they just like come out with this
Why'd they do the whole formal
as a wagon. You know what I mean? Lavorg STI, and I don't know why it's the Lavorg. That'd be what it's called in Japan.
What in
my
the
guess.
world? Yeah, why did they go through the whole formal like, hey, we're not
But,
going to have any
it
more?
looks not like a WRX wagon.
Yeah.
Like maybe this is why they haven't made a WRX wagon because they're like the proportions are off. Like we can't make it the same.
Yeah, that's weird.
Because like what the WRX wagon used to look like was awesome.
Yeah.
This
Oh, yeah.
looks not awesome. This looks like a Crosstrek kind of. It
Yeah,
kind
it
of looks
does.
like what happens when they did the Eclipse as a crossover.
Yeah.
kinda is like-
yeah.
It gives you that weird ick.
It's like a short Forester.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's the car ick. So, but cool styling.
STI trimming stuff is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, STI trimming, like cool interior, like I don't know.
it looks like a
It's-
minivan from that back angle.
Okay, that's exactly what I thought too. Right here.
Weird. It looks like a Pacific. No, it looks like the Honda minivan, whatever that is. The
Doesn't it?
Odyssey?
Yeah,
Weird.
yeah. So I don't know what lines got crossed while making this
Wow,
that they
that's
made it
strange.
like that with the
And so
fan
this is
wheels.
Japan only at this point.
So this is Japan only, luckily, because it
Okay.
looks like that, and it also only comes in a CVT as an STI.
Oh, weird.
Yeah,
So
so it's
this
still
is just-
symmetrical all-wheel drive.
So it's STI by name only.
Basically.
Weird.
So they also came out with a new version of the Crosstrek called the Boost Gear. This one's a little bit cooler
Okay.
because it's all off-road. So basically it's like a test vehicle for all of the like aftermarket, I guess, OEM off-road stuff for Subaru Crosstrek.
Interesting. Okay.
So like this is all Subaru.
Really?
Their stuff, the light bar, the
Like the
door
roof
guards,
rack, everything?
all of it.
Wow.
So they're basically testing out what aftermarket, I don't know,
Yeah, like-
demand they would
yeah,
have.
it's their
that type
R&D
of stuff.
vehicle for all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
So the thing that was weird to me with both of these is they didn't change or improve the like the actual vehicle.
they
you
just
know,
added stuff on
Like
it.
the STI even is like they made it worse.
Yeah.
They made it just only a CVT.
The STI is a weird one. That's like,
And
I
then
mean,
same with this, like no motor improvements,
Yeah.
no transmission improvements, no suspension improvement. They got big, meaty all-terrain tires.
right.
But besides that,
It is funny though. Have you seen, so like the Subaru system, like that's ugly.
what is that?
I don't know.
I've never. I mean, these are all Japanese only.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I was gonna say though. Is the Japanese STI thing makes sense a little because there is a Japanese STI Forester, like our Forester was. There is an STI Forester you can get.
That's cool.
That's the same. Like I think it might be turbocharged, but like
Mhm.
it's not it's a CVT. It's everything like that. It's not like the old.
It's more of a
Foresters used to
styling
be.
pack.
Yeah, it is. It's like a body kit. It's like having an S-Class something thing.
Gotcha.
So
Sure.
like they do have that. But there are some pretty cool videos. What I was going to say before is, I don't know if you've seen, like, there's like Crosstreks, and then there was a guy in my Forester page too who would like routinely keep up with like huge like Broncos and Wranglers and trucks on like 35s and 37s and all this stuff, and they would just have like their Crosstrek on like 28s and
Really?
just a trimmed front bumper and like the same crawling and articulating and all this
Wow.
other stuff.
So they're capable
they're
for sure.
Yeah, their all-wheel drive system is like that system has been tried and trusted forever. I know their CVTs, they make me really nervous. My wife and I we kind of want to go to like an Outback from our Q7, even given the latest weird Q7 stuff, which we'll talk about at some point. But like that's my hesitation is like towing with the CVT sounds like a really bad idea.
Yeah.
But their CVTs are the best of the CVTs. There's just
Really?
still weird.
So they do 'em pretty
transmissions.
well?
Yeah, they do them really well. I mean, they've been doing it for a really, really long time.
Yeah.
So like they've
like they wouldn't
broke-
keep doing them if they
Yeah.
didn't work good. That's the
Right.
thing. It's like they use them in so many of their vehicles.
Right. And they're known as the best. I mean, we even talked to a guy at a shop who like specializes in like the Q7s and the 2RX and tuning and all that other stuff.
Mhm.
And he happened to have an Outback that was for sale. And so we were talking about, we had a Forester, we were thinking about what, and he goes, honestly, like the Subaru is the only CVT I would ever buy because it's a solid CVT. But when you
Yeah.
introduce towing to that, even though they can, it's just an extra wear.
Right.
That's the wear item is the transmission when you go to
Right.
that. So it makes sense.
Yeah,
but-
that's tough.
But they're cool cars. But yeah, that it's been funny. There's been like this series of that. It's these guys in like a new Forester and then a new Crosstrek and then these like huge lifted Broncos and all this stuff. And the Bronco will go through and almost get stuck and then get out and whatever.
Yeah.
There was even one a Crosstrek got stuck in a big muddy sandy like hole on a beach somewhere, and they're like, "Oh, look, my brother-in-law got stuck." And then he kind of like went back and forth, and took like 3 minutes, but he like got the thing like wiggled out and drove it
Wow.
out of there, and it was like, all right, that's pretty good. Like,
Yeah, they're pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently they can fly and land on their face and be fine. So that Gymkhana video. So
Yeah, that's how it came from the factory. That's for sure.
oh yeah. That was just
Definitely do that.
they happened to find one that wasn't
If
modified
they
yet.
could just like, okay, Dodge does it, Chevy does it, some other company, like there's other companies will do it.
Okay.
Like if Subaru just went balls to the wall in one model, like they don't have to sell a ton of them, but like make the Hellcat of the W. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
1,000 horsepower.
Hey, yeah. Let's
Just
imagine
like
though. What would it be?
stupid.
So if they were gonna do something nuts,
Well, it'd probably have to be. It's similar to like I was talking to a friend about this earlier. Like it's similar to what is kind of new with trucks is like
Okay.
these like Baja super high horsepower, like actually capable trucks from the factory.
yeah.
Like the Raptor.
Yeah.
Chevy's got one. I forget what it's called. It's like the ZL1.
Oh, yeah.
The Silverado comes with
Yep.
like a 6.2.
Yeah.
And then did I say Raptor already? The Dodge has got the Ram. what's it
TRX.
called? Yes, thanks.
Yeah.
TRX. And like those
Yeah.
are like
And the
that's
Hummer
kind of
EV.
new.
Yeah. It's
you
like
know?
you have all these like high power truck things. That's
yeah,
interesting.
these like 1,000 horsepower like
Yeah.
car trucks
Yeah.
that can jump. They can't. The Raptor can't jump well. Go look at one of our censored videos.
Some dude broke his back.
Yeah, several
Yeah.
dudes broke their backs. Not good. But anyways, it's kind of like a new
Yeah.
lane.
Yeah.
Where was I going with that? Oh, that could be the. That was funny. Totally lost it. That could be a similar translation into like a WRX.
So what do you think?
It's like a super capable, but like because
Yeah.
off-roadish.
Yeah.
Because the only things that are like crazy right now are like
Yeah.
a Hellcat,
Yep.
Demon, Red Eye, whatever.
Yeah.
That's like 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
And like only has a driver's seat
Yeah.
and no AC.
Yep.
And then there's like the Corvette, which is like I've heard some rumors. Maybe we'll talk about another episode
Mhm.
about a future of a like 1,000+ horsepower production vet.
Oh wow.
So we'll talk about that another time. I've got
Nice.
some looking into that to do.
Is it with the flat plane crank thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I mean, it'd be interesting to see because like I feel like they wouldn't. They've already done the WRX STI thing. Like that was a thing for a while.
They did like the S209. Remember that was
Yeah.
one that had come out
Yeah.
in like 2017 or 18 or
Yeah.
something like that
Yeah.
again.
Well, and remember we went over that one. I forget the name of it now, but that hill climb thing, the RA concept or whatever
Oh,
it was.
yeah, that's
like,
right.
That thing was pretty sweet.
That's super. Did that
Yeah.
ever go anywhere?
Yeah, they did it.
They did.
Yeah, they made
But
that.
it wasn't a production car.
No, it was that was supposed to be like a Pikes Peak car or something like
Right,
that. And
okay.
they just came out with their Silterra, so that's their electric
Okay.
car, which looks kind of like a better looking Mustang Mach-E, but it's like
Oh, okay.
I think it's like 60 grand.
They're
or
all
something
like
that.
crossover SUVs, right?
Yeah,
All like
yeah.
the electric
It looks
stuff they're
pretty
making.
good, and
Yeah.
it's the same. Remember we
It's
went over it
practical.
one time. It's the same as the Toyota one. There's just different bodies or whatever to it.
So it's
very
like the FRS BRZ thing.
kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, similar relationship probably.
Mhm.
So they did that. I'd be curious though, because it's like it would be cool to see them do like these other big high power cars from like Dodge and Chevy and all these guys. They're like big 4-seaters. Like I wonder if they would take their Legacy, because they used to do a Legacy GT that had like WRX components.
That was kind of cool. Yeah.
So like what if they did, because they still make the Legacy and it's got a 6-cylinder, so it's a flat 6. So what if they
Yeah.
did like a turbocharged flat 6, like Legacy STI, that was meant to be
That
like
could
a
be cool.
700 horsepower, like an S6 pretty much, because
and
the
it's
same
called
level.
the Legacy.
Right.
Like it could be their legacy of like high horsepower stuff.
It could be sick.
You're
and
welcome.
if they made a wagon version, it would be sweet. So like that would be
It
a
could be
cool
like an
lane.
RS6 competition.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's really a market for that for Subaru.
Well, that's the thing. Is
Or you
like
could make one.
yeah, it'd be cool. Well, I was just remembering too. I was like, they do already have a crazy off-road thing. It's called the Wilderness Editions. I don't know if you've seen those. They have
No.
Wilderness Editions now of the Outback. Look it up real quick, or I'll grab it real quick.
Yeah.
They have.
I've never seen them before.
They're sweet. So they have a Wilderness Edition of a few different ones now, but the Outback is the preferred. They now have one of the Forester and of the Crosstrek, I believe, too. So there's not much different. It's mostly a trim package.
Sure.
It's like easier to clean interiors. They come with bigger wheels from the factory, more plastic guards on the exterior.
Yep.
There's some different latch points with the roof rack. I was trying to get to the inside. They have like front approach cameras and like more built in. Like, see, they're using the side of the display for compasses and stuff. Which is
Yeah,
kinda
that's
cool.
kind of cool.
But there's like a front approach and a rear approach camera system. So like on the front, like if you're going over like weird terrain, there's like a different camera in the front that can
That's
monitor
cool.
it. Better towing capacity, stuff like that. And then of course all the trimmings and everything. But so that's their like, I just remembered though, that's like their off-road thing. They don't really do
Yeah.
anything with power with them. They're not any crazy high horsepower,
yeah.
but they're super capable. So like maybe that's how they're meeting that demand. But yeah, I don't know. Those are cool. They're very expensive, but they're very cool.
I like
But-
the like hyper specific trims of any cars.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
find them really fascinating. Like
It's
that.
so
like
hard, though.
super
So, like,
off-road and
We're I don't want to get in the whole story. It's too long. But like with the Q7, like I'm scared of it now because of the different engine things, but now it technically should be bulletproof, but there's other things that could break. So I'm like always kind of in my mind, I'm like trying to plan out like what would be alternatives. And so in that process, I'm trying to figure out the trim levels of all these other cars. It's so freaking weird, dude. Because like with Subaru, it's like Touring's the best that you can get. And then
Yeah.
with Audi, it's Prestige is the best you
Right.
can get.
Mhm.
And right now I'm trying to figure out like 4Runners are one of the contenders. And
Okay.
I'm like, what are these trim levels with 4Runners?
There's so many for 4Runners
And
too.
they're random. They're not just words. They're like SR5 and TRD
Yeah.
Pro and Limited and this
Yep.
and that. And you're like, come on.
It's
But,
kind of like our line for Volkswagen, where it's like
Yeah.
it can be just a trim package, but
Yeah.
it can be more than that. You know,
right. Dude,
It's like-
yeah, with the TRD stuff. They're like, it has a
Yeah.
TRD package. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, what does
It's
that
like,
include?
Does that mean stickers?
This one has wheels. And you're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Which one?
yeah. Yeah, it's difficult. But anyway, so yeah, that's pretty cool. It's interesting that the STI brand is alive, but it's being
Yeah, but not here.
disgraced. Yeah,
Right.
in Japan.
Yeah,
I mean,
kind of a bummer.
good riddance. You can take it.
Yeah,
kind of a
right.
thing.
Yeah, we don't necessarily want
But-
that one.
Yeah, it's
But
weird.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It looks kind
That's
of
interesting.
it looks kind of cool from the front, and then
Yeah.
you see the side, and it's like, and then the back, and
Yeah.
it's like, it's just kind of weird.
Yeah, the back feels
It's a
weird.
weird choice. That's
Mhm.
what I was just like.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
This.
Well, that's why this Gymkhana video confused me because like
especially with the other thing I forgot to
Yeah,
mention.
yeah.
So it's CVT, of course,
Yep.
and then it's just got a standard WRX 270 horsepower.
yeah, I don't get that
drivetrain.
either.
Like it's not like a souped up STI.
Right.
Like I feel like a STI nowadays, where we're at with horsepower and cars and stuff. Like
Yeah.
if you're coming out with the STI is the top trim,
Yep.
you gotta be like 400 plus horsepower. Like
Yep.
you gotta
Yep.
put some juice into that.
Yeah.
Thing. Even like the Civic R has more than that.
Yeah.
It's like their top trim. Doesn't that come with like 3 something?
I think so. Yeah, 3 something.
Might have been a bad
I thought you were
example.
saying more than 4. I was like, I don't think I have more
No,
than
no,
4.
But
Yeah.
that might have been a bad
Yeah.
example. But
Well, no, I think it's supposed to be though like S3 level. Like it's never. I don't think a Subaru. Well, I don't know.
Well,
Is,
think
a,
of, like,
is
the
a WRX
RS3.
supposed to be like an S3, and is an STI supposed to be like an RS3?
I would say
Because if it is, then yeah, you're right. It should have a lot more power.
because the RS3 I think comes with over 400 standard now.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, that is interesting. I don't know. I hope that they
Not that that's not comparable because that's not here. Like
right.
but then what is
similar
the
size cars though? Because if we go
Yeah.
back, even like the reason you like the S3 so much, I mean, one of the reasons is because it reminds you so much of your B5 that you loved so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
So like it is that same size car, and the WRX is the same size as a B5. Like my WRX
Mhm.
and your B5 were pretty comparable. So I don't know. It's just weird. Like it because they've committed now. What did they say? They're committed to not doing a 4-cylinder turbo for their next STI, whatever that means.
Yeah.
And they left it super open-ended and weird.
And if
So,
if that doesn't mean a 6-cylinder turbo, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
We'd be down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just make it something crazy.
That'd be
Be
sweet.
like, guys, relax.
Right.
We're kidding that.
Yeah. Yes. Doug.
Who got so
Hold
crazy?
on.
Just relax.
Or, or if they go the route of like the new, the Corolla,
yeah.
whatever that's.
What, the RS, you mean?
No, the Corolla, what is it? GD? What's their division? I don't remember now.
Oh, GR.
GR?
Yep.
Is that it?
GR, yeah.
Yeah. The one that's the 6-speed 3-cylinder turbo. That's like 300
Yaris.
horsepower. If
Is
they
that
go,
Yaris?
no, it's Corolla.
Oh, it's Corolla. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
If they go that direction, like that
Mhm.
could be cool. I don't care if the motor's smaller. I just kind of want it to be an ICE engine that's got the
Right.
same boost. Like that.
Yeah.
It seems like boost and all-wheel drive and stick shift are like key pieces of
Yep.
having an STI
Yep.
anything.
Yeah.
So like if you can
Well,
go with that again.
Look at this too, though. If they do like even if it's a hybrid,
Yeah.
but it's a manual,
Yeah.
or at least you get some input on the drive and an all-wheel drive.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean, there's some crazy cars coming out that are hybrids that are all-wheel drives that are like
yeah,
they're just nuts.
Yeah.
So
that's true. That'd be a weird route
Possible.
for Subaru to go.
it would be
but-
weird, but yeah, they don't
guess they
strike me as one of them that is going to go the full electric. But I guess
No.
everybody says they are right now.
Yeah.
We'll see what actually happens.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because I mean their whole core demographic is like adventure people who like want to be able to drive anywhere. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what they're trying to accomplish. It's always been weird that they've had this world like literally a car called the World Rally I can't say the word experimental. I think that's what WRX stands
Oh,
for.
I
Like, that's-
never even thought
yeah.
about what it stood for.
Yeah, that's what it is. So like
wow.
that's baked into it. So it's interesting to see. Like I wonder where that's going to lead.
Yeah, because it's just the Impreza, right? And then they
Yep.
made the Impreza
Yep.
World Rally Experiment or whatever.
Because mine says Impreza in the cluster
Yep.
on the bottom of it,
Yep.
but it doesn't say Impreza anywhere else in the car. But it's interesting. But anyway, that's a weird tangent.
That was a long,
It's a really
Subaru
weird
tangent.
tangent where we forgot about you guys and just talked here.
Sorry.
So anyway.
I was totally twisted. Yeah, a lot of time. I mean, this is what we do.
Yeah.
This is why this is fun.
Yeah. We're just including you guys. But
Yeah.
I mean, another great reminder to like go check out the Facebook group. If you guys have thoughts on this, we'll post. That's what we should do. After we post episodes, we should post like a thread from the episode
Yep.
to like, hey, what we talked about, continue the dialogue. So
Yeah.
look out for this one. This is
Well, because
episode
we get that
43.
all the time. You guys will message us that either we missed something or there was like an extension to.
Yeah.
Dude, we'll even show like make it or break it. You
Yeah.
know, when someone will send us a different angle.
Yeah.
Like, oh, did you see this camera
Yeah,
view?
that's right.
Those are the best.
Yes.
So
yes.
like, yeah, that'll be like continue the dialogue. We're
Yep.
going through here. We'll
Yeah, we'll
post.
keep it going.
We'll post about this episode. The episode's coming up, and
Yep.
just like keep it going. Add more to it. Like, and I can just keep. We'll just
Yeah.
keep extending it.
It'll be sweet.
Yeah.
So yeah, Facebook. It's called Third Pedal Podcast Crew because as we've said from day one, like we're not building this because it's us being these huge whatever. Like I had somebody ask like, oh, how many followers did you have before that you brought to this table? It's like none. We're just
Yeah,
car
no, we
people,
started with
and we
this.
just wanted to find more car people. So yeah, if you go join the Facebook group, you guys are part of what makes this so special. We want to hear from you. We want to see the stuff that you guys are working on, everything like that. So share whatever to that group, Third Pedal Podcast Crew on Facebook. And we'll catch you there.
Third pedal.
As for
Podcast
the-
crew. Yeah, that is what it's called.
Just
Sorry, I was
verifying the name of
I
it.
was just
Over
double checking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Third pedal podcast crew. Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, go post stuff there. Send it there. You can still DM us, all that jazz. But that's
And then
gonna
we'll
be
be
where this
posting on
stuff is.
there pretty often.
Yep.
Add us.
Yeah.
I don't care. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll be friends with everybody.
Oh yeah, same.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Same.
we'll be posting a bunch of stuff in there too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it's all.
Well, this is a train wreck of an end of an episode.
Sorry.
But catch us again next week. Thank you for listening. Have a great week. We'll talk to you again.
Peace.